Welcome to the 5 Questions Business Series. There are 5 essential questions that new entrepreneurs should consider before starting a new business. This business video series will explore those questions and offer information related to how to successfully start your business and be well on your way to entrepreneurship. Hi, my YouTube friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am Dee, and you are viewing The How To Lady, a channel that offers information related to organization, DIYs, and life hacks. And my YouTube subscribers have asked if I would also include fashion, beauty, and business. And we can cover all 6 of those things. And these topics are on my page. We have videos that are in playlist. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you look at the videos, you'll see they're sectioned in playlist. Look for the playlist that says videos related to business. So today we are going to be talking about business. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. So with that said, if you're still interested, please stay tuned. And we're going to get this ball rolling, and we're going to knock it out of the park. If you've seen any of my trailers, I own 3 businesses, and they're pretty successful. Success is very subjective. I think one person may deem success to be one way, and another person may deem success to be another way. But in my mind, I deem my businesses to be successful. With that said, people have come to me and asked me about how I do what I do. The first thing I ask them is, if you're really interested in starting your business, what have you asked yourself? And they always look at me a little puzzled. There are 4 primary questions and 1 more question that I've included in this business segment. The 5 questions are: number 1, you need to ask yourself what. Number 2, you need to ask yourself who. Number 3, ask yourself how. The most important question, why. And then finally, my little bonus is where. So I am going to break these down, and we're going to have at least 5 segments regarding these 5 questions. Today we're going to deal with what. What is the question you need to ask yourself regarding the type of business you want to start? What product do you want to sell, or what service do you want to offer? Knowing what type of business you want to start is the first step towards success. What type of business are you interested in starting? What are you interested in? I know we've all heard that cliche, if you do things that you love, then you won't feel like you're working if you're working on things that you love. And that's somewhat true. I will agree that the businesses that I have, I do enjoy. And a lot of times it doesn't feel like I'm doing a lot of work. But definitely you are going to be working. When should you ask yourself what? Well, it started with me a long time ago when I was younger. I'm still young, y'all. But anyway, I was a young girl, about 12 years old, and I was living with my mom and dad, of course, and I had older siblings. My older siblings were always, doing something related to some type of job. They were either helping my uncle who owned a farm. They were helping out there. They were making money that way. My brother, he sang with a band, and he was making money in that way. He did other little odd and end jobs. And then I had a couple other sisters that were doing things. But I was at the age where my mother and father did not believe that I was old enough to actually hold down a job outside of the home. I did chores and things around the house, but they just did not think I was ready to do anything outside of the home. So they were a little hesitant when I came to them and said that I wanted to get a little job. Well, my mom, she was really resistant. She was like, well, what are you going to do? What type of job? And that was the question I had asked myself. And I thought to myself, what do I really like doing? Now, I can remember growing up, I enjoyed playing house. House was my game to play. And I always had a great rapport with the kids in the neighborhood. So the one constant factor across the board was when I played house was I had to be the mom. I had to be the one that was in charge. I had to be the leader. I had to be the one that was, laying down the rules and all that stuff. So I can remember thinking to myself, I really like kids, and I think kids like me. Of course, there were times that we had our, disagreements, as kids always do. But I just really felt like I would do really well, in that kind of role. So I thought, hey, babysitting, I could be a babysitter. So I went to my mom and I said to her, Mom, I really, really would like to babysit. And she said, well, who? Of course, as a parent, they want to know, is it going to be safe for you to do what it is you want to do and how you're going to do it and all that stuff. And we sat down and we talked about, some of the rules that she had in place in order for me to do this. She said, you can't do anything during the week because you have school, and that made sense. She said you can only do it on Fridays, Saturdays, and only during the daytime on Sundays. And my grades had to stay up. It could not interfere with my getting work done for school. And I had other obligations to my church and things like that, and wanted to see how me being a babysitter would impact the other things in my life. So those were things she made me think about. And we thought about some of the neighborhood kids and some of the families that were in the neighborhood, see if they needed any services. We even made some handwritten flyers. She made me do all the work, which is what I should have done. It helped me be the person that I am in my business now. In retrospect, I see how beneficial it was for me to do that. So I wrote out the flyers. Of course, she helped me with the wording and spelling, of course. Things she made me think about, what do you want to do? So I thought about what I liked, and that's how I was able to narrow down what type of job I wanted to have as a young girl. That what has always been the driving force behind how I determined what type of business I wanted to offer. Now, your business is going to be one of two. You're either going to offer a service or a product. The one constant thing, you're always going to need customers to either provide services for or products for. When I started planning what type of business I wanted to have, it was about what I was interested in, but I had to see if there was a market for it too. And then there were the other questions that I had to ask myself as well. But let's just start with the what. If you can figure out the what and then see if there is a market for the what, then you're well on your way to starting a lucrative business. So think about that what, and if it's something that you want to do. And it was something that I want to do. And I must say that as a young girl, that babysitting job turned into something very lucrative for me. Everybody's going to have their opinion about what it is you're trying to do. But you have got to connect yourself with individuals that are like-minded, that are not necessarily doing the same type of business. Now, it's good to communicate with individuals that are in the same business and kind of figure out, if they've been doing it for a while, what was their strategy, what did they do? The first step is the what. Write it down. That is going to be the beginning of your business plan. The what. All right, if this has been helpful, I want you to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please leave a comment, because your comments are the driving force behind why we can present content that is relevant. Continue this business video series by watching video number 2. Video number 2, we'll be discussing who. Who are your customers? So I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then, I want you to have a great day. Don't forget about your what?